Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, your voice of the Octagon, and you're listening to MMA Mental.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by MMA Mental, MMA Worldwide and YourMMA.tv. It is sponsored by Almighty Fightwear. For more post-fight interviews from the biggest promotions, please subscribe to the MMA Mental YouTube channel. Also, like MMAmental.com, MMA Worldwide, Your MMA and Almighty Fightwear on Facebook. And on Twitter, please follow at MMA Mental, at Your MMA, and at Almighty MMA. Now joined by Derrick the Black Beast Lewis. Derrick is coming off a successful UFC debut at UFC on Fox 11 against Jack May. Derrick, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure, and congratulations on a successful UFC debut.
I appreciate it.
Let's talk a little bit about the build-up then. Of course, it was your UFC debut. And I know, like with UFC events, there's always quite a lot of media attention, especially on Fight Week. What was that like for you, experiencing that for the first time?
It was like a dream come true. You know, I thought about it for years, like making it there, and once I finally got there, it just felt like a real blessing too. Felt good.
Now you were facing Jack May, and of course it was Jack May's debut as well. So what was your knowledge of him going in, and what were your views on him as an opponent?
I felt like he haven't had an opponent like me, and I feel like I've been fighting tougher guys way more than him, and I feel like that like in the fight, it was like I know he's a Muay Thai guy, it's a big, strong, tall guy, and I had to get inside close to him, so that's why I went for the takedown too.
I mean, the fight it was quite close, but then when you got your chance to finish, of course, you were just so explosive, as you've made a career of. I mean, this was your 9th win by a knockout or submission, and this was your 9th win by knockout or KO or TKO. So you obviously felt confident going in that you were going to be able to stop Jack May.
Yeah, I knew I was going to stop him. Either it was going to be the first round or the second round.
Now you talked a little bit there as well about saying how you felt that you'd face tougher competition, and it was touched on in the commentary during the fight that one of the guys you'd faced, of course, is also doing quite well in the UFC at the moment was Gerard Rosholt. So did you feel like with you facing people like that you were going to be just in a better position going into this fight than what Jack May was going to be?
Oh yeah, I felt like that too, and I predicted the Gerard Rosholt fight. I predicted exactly how it was going to happen. You can go back on Inside MMA and read and watch the interview that they have with Jared on there. And I predicted that fight the way it was going to happen. So I know he was a good wrestler. I know he was going to keep trying to take me down and all of that. And I was just going to wait for my moment and explode and just knock him out. And that's exactly what happened.
What's your reaction been like in your hometown with you fighting in the UFC?
Oh, I'm like Michael Jackson out here. I'm a rock star out here now. I can't go nowhere without nobody knowing me. So it's pretty good.
And also at the end of the fight as well, of course, with the interview in the cage. What was that like, getting interviewed by Joe Rogan in the cage?
Oh, it was like starstruck too. Like a bunch of things was going through my mind I wanted to say that I couldn't really get it out, but I'm just glad I got my kids to glory too, But it was good to see Joe Rogan too.
There'd been quite a layoff between your last fight and this fight. Was there a reason behind the layoff?
What's that?
There'd been quite a layoff from your last fight to this fight. It'd been just over 12 months. Was there a reason for the layoff?
Yes, I was getting ready for my UFC debut back in June, and I was supposed to be making my debut in August. And I wound up getting hurt at the end of June. I wound up getting like 10 stitches hitting the back of my head on a cage and on a screw inside of the cage. And from the impact, I wound up getting a blood clot as well. And so I had to wind up canceling my bout in August.
I bet that must have been heartbreaking. Yeah. So close to making your debut, then having it pulled off because of that.
Yes, because of that. And, I had to get on blood blood thinners, and it had to take about 6 months for it to clear up. So I'm just thank God it really was talking about like a year. I was gonna have to take blood thinners the rest of my life. So I just thank God it was just 6 months.
Yeah, I suppose a little bit of a silver lining on what was obviously a dark cloud. What was how did you feel after the fight? Have you got any knocks, and when would you like to get back in and compete again?
Oh, I'm completely healthy. It felt like I felt like I didn't even break a sweat really. I didn't get tired at all. It just hopefully we can get a fight real soon. I'm trying to get on the San Antonio card. It'd be good if I can.
Do you know? Have you got any ideas on who you'd like to fight?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyone that Dana White or Joe Silva put in front of me. At this moment, I really don't care. I just want to fight.
You'd like to get on the San Antonio card?
Yes.
Well, congratulations on an impressive UFC debut, and thank you very much for joining me today.
I appreciate you for having me.
No problem.
I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsors, Reflex, Strength and Condition, Budwin, 4 Ounce Fight Club, and I think there's one more. These are all my family and friends, everyone that support the Black Beast. I appreciate them. And that'd be all.
Do you want to let everyone know about your Facebook and your Twitter as well?
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and follow me on the Beast_UFC. That'd be it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I can't wait to see you step back in the cage again.
Thanks for having me.